All right. So the next question is a hybrid developer slash scrum master role a thing? I'm an experienced developer that has taken initiative at my job with implementing Scrum slash Agile, leading ceremonies, setting up Kanbans, showing workflow and story best practices. On top of that, I recently got PSM1 cert as well. My vice president, my VP, has asked if I would be interested in taking lead on such things, such as ceremony, setting up Kanban, workflow, etc. And I am very interested in this. However, I don't want to lose my developer coding role at the company. On the flip side, I see a gap in our processes where I think I could play a key role. I am considering presenting a hybrid role of the two to him, but I'm not sure what that role would be called and where the lines would be drawn. Has anyone seen such a role? What was the job title, job description? And for details, our department is about 14 to 15 developers. I meant this one actually. This is kind of alarming. 4 QAs, 4 BAs, 2 PMs, 2 architects, and a VP. That is a pretty, I mean, if that's the size of the department, okay, that's fine. If it's the size of the team, like if they're all working on the same exact thing, that's kind of huge, all right? But anyways, that is not the point of this question. So let's see here. Okay, so let's answer this question then. Let's answer this question. Start the clock. All right. So the thing is with that is when the idea and the concept of agile was being presented and it was being formulated, there was, I don't believe, I could be wrong on this, and if you know, please feel free to correct me, but I don't believe there was the role of scrum master, right? Because it was the team that was responsible for it, and anyone could, act as the scrum master. But as it matured and stuff like that, the role of scrum master became more of a profession because they started getting a lot more responsibility. Organizing the ceremonies, taking care of the metrics, advocating. One of the biggest roles of the scrum master is advocating. It's so much more than setting up meetings and to because if that was the case, it would just be adult babysitters. That's not the case. That is not the role of a scrum master. The scrum masters, they add a lot of value in the sense of they will so of course they organize a meeting and stuff like that, but they advocate for the team. They remove barriers, they advocate, they see what is blocking the success of the sprint and find out okay, what needs to be removed. They encourage team building, and when they're in charge of the retrospectives, that is to keep the team flowing nicely in good spirits, not trying to kill each other. So now to your question, is there a dual role? It's definitely possible, but a lot of times when we have two full-time jobs within a 40-hour work week, you're responsible for both. So that means you're going to have to, if you're going to be developing, then you're going to have to make sure that your code is on point, and that, because as a scrum master who is going to be checking out the velocity and stuff like that, what if you get too busy to actually get your work done? What happens then? What happens then? So with that being said, is it possible? Definitely, but it's going to be a lot. And plus, you guys have 14 or 15 developers on the team. Are you going to take are you going to be doing less, contributing less to the engineering work and more? Because you didn't say that you had a scrum master, and I think that it would be absolutely awesome to be the scrum master. But are you going to be spreading yourself thin? Because now, if there's things that need to be done and you're not getting it done because you are taking care of you're trying to fulfill another role, then that might be a problem. But I would say it's definitely worth the discussion with your VP, with your manager, because it's always good to have to be organized, for lack of a better word, to be organized. to have good synergy on the team. Because I really believe in the metrics, the numbers, things like that, to make sure that we are moving in the right direction. A lot of people, they don't like tracking this type of information because it keeps them accountable. And a lot of times accountability is like kryptonite. Okay? So I think you can do it. Like I think you can do it, but you have to make sure that you're not going to burn, like, well, see, I almost said burn yourself out, but you know how I feel about burning yourself out. I love to burn myself out, but you have to make sure that your work is not going to suffer, because trying to do 2 jobs at once, 9 times out of 10, one thing is going to suffer. And then we don't want to become miserable and become the worst Scrum Master and a developer on the team, right? You don't want to do that, because then this will be you.
I hate it here. I want to go home.
See? And that's not what we want. We want you to be able to say, shake and bake, to your team. Always shaking, always baking. Okay? So that's my thoughts on it. Hopefully that helps. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. Should this person take on the software engineer role and the Scrum Master role, or should they choose one? And here's the thing: if you're the Scrum Master, you can always develop. You can always develop, but if you stay as a developer, you can't always do the Scrum Master. So it's really up to you what your goals are. So think about it and make the decision accordingly. Don't just rush out and make an emotional decision. Always plan, always think accordingly, and see what's in your best interest. Okay? Alrighty then, let's go back to
If you enjoyed the fascinating information shared in this video and you want more, be sure to hit the subscribe button to Tech Coach Ralph to be notified for new videos.